All right, class. So if you're watching this video, you're not talking on your phone or playing video games, and I appreciate that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to pass an array as a parameter to a method. So what we're going to do with this one here is we're going to create an array of integers, and then when we pass it to the method, we're just going to increment every integer by 1. So let's take a look at it real quick. We have our main method right here. And in the previous classes, I taught you how to create an array this way. And so in this class, I'm going to show you a new way to create or start an array, basically. Int, the brackets, my array, so you give it a name, and then you give it a size, and then you set each index to equal some element. So my array 0, 1, my array 1, 3, so on and so forth, all the way down to 5. It gets kind of tedious. So if you wanted to, you could just do that on one line, and you could just have all the elements put into brackets right here. So you tell the computer, tell the program that you've created an array, and then you put all your elements in just like this. And effectively what this does is in index 1, it puts element 1, index 0, element 1, index 1, element 3, index 2, element 5, index 3, element 7, and all the way so forth. So once we've done that, I'm just going to print out all the values of the array so that you see what's going on there. And all it's going to do is print out 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. And it's all going to print on one line across. And then as we come down here, we're going to call a method. So I created a method called test method array. So we're going to set my array, this array that we created already, and we're going to replace the values with it from test method. And so here we've sent, there's the parameter, there's the name of our method, and there it is up here. Up here I've created public static int. Notice that it's going to return a value of an array back. That's going to be called, and it's going to take a parameter of an array. So we call it here. We come in, this line of code is not even needed. I was testing something else out. And then basically all we're going to do is run through the whole array that I sent, all 6 elements, and we are going to increment the element at every index up by 1. So instead of 1, it's going to be 2 and so forth. So there it is, just a simple for loop. There is the old array, which is actually, it's a copy of my array that's sent to it. There's an index, it's going to start at 0, and then you're just taking that index and adding 1 to it. When you're done with it, you return old array. There it is. Comes back to here. My array now becomes whatever was in old array, and it will print it out, print a line out, and then it's going to print out all the values right here in a loop. Now, so this right here is a new loop for you. This is called an enhanced loop. It's basically just an iterator. It allows you to go through all your elements that you have in your array. So it's just another way, instead of a for loop, it's just kind of a cheaper for loop. It's a little less code that you have to write. You write for, you give the type or the data type of the array that you're using. You give it a name. This is like your counter, basically. It's like essentially what that is. It's so for every element, we're going to call my x and my array print it out. And so this is the name of your array. And so this right here will print it all out. So know this you're going to use this enhanced loop. It's very simple. Just think of it as you have an integer, then you have a counter, and then you have the name of your array, and then it prints out, or you have the data type, I guess the counter of it, and the name of the array, and then it's going to kind of print out everything in there, iterate through the loop. So if we run this, we're going to see it's going to do 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, and then it's going to increment everything up by 1, and it should say 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go ahead and run it. All right, so there you go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9 looks good. Printed to space. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Fantastic. So it went out and it took our array, and the copy of the array it sent, it actually made a change to and returned to it. So it pointed to the same array when we sent this copy of it to it and made changes to it. So if there's any questions, just ask me on Friday. And that, in a nutshell, is how you send an array as a parameter to a method.